If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 23 of the Wolfsburg career mode here on FIFA 16. We start this one with more training action as per usual. Obviously yesterday we were grinding towards the top 4 and we are still in the top 4 and hopefully going to improve on that and become part of the top 3 consistently today if we can. Obviously we start with a game here against Augsburg. The second and third games of the episode though, as you can see at the top of the table, are against Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. So quite an important episode today. We got to utilise these games in hand we have to make sure that we can consolidate our place inside those Champions League spots. Brill, Donald and Bolo starts up top with Iñaki Williams out wide on the left and Varinya on the right. Dropped Max Kruse to Cam to see how he gets on in a deeper position. So it's something that we've not necessarily tried so far this year. So I decided to give it a go here against slightly weaker opposition in Augsburg. Obviously not the strongest of sides. They are still decent. Alexander Esfine will use his pace on the right. They are obviously weaker at left back this year after losing Baba to Chelsea. But Embolo was involved immediately here and wins a penalty for Wolfsburg. 15 minutes in. Wasn't really going anywhere there, just trundling towards the byline, but the defender saw fit to dive into the challenge. You can see he got nowhere near the ball, trips Embolo, a definite penalty, and he's already missed one, Brill, Donald and Embolo, but he won that one, so I decided to give him the chance again. Embolo scores for Wolfsburg for the first time in his career. 18-18 on the clock. Maybe that means he's going to score 18 goals next season. Who knows? We'll find out. But we're 1-0 up here against Augsburg. Thankfully, through the penalty from Brill, Donald Embolo. I'm just going to call him Donald Embolo, I think, or Don Embolo, because it is so much easier than spouting out his full name. But we get a great cross here, and well, Max Kruse at a deeper position, ladies and gentlemen, pops up with an exquisite overhead kick on his weak foot as well. He's left-footed, obviously, Max Kruse. A lovely cross out wide, picks him out beautifully, and on his right foot, that is quite spectacular. Max Kruse makes it Wolfsburg 2, Augsburg 0. And we've been struggling over the past few games to get goals, so I was delighted to have scored 2 here against Augsburg. They're trying to get themselves back in it here with a header from Bobadilla, but it goes around the post and out for a goal kick. So despite their attempts to try and get at least one back, not successful so far, but they're continuing to be on the offensive in the second half. Bobadilla heavily involved again, as you can see. Bayer out to Max, who's the left back pushing forward here. Gets it across to Hamit Altintop, drills it into Kuyachul. Whips it, and it was headed towards the bottom corner, but he just did not get the amount of power on it I'm sure he wanted to, and it was a comfortable save for the keeper. That, though, was not a comfortable save for the keeper. Just a few minutes after that shot from Kuyachul, Hamit Altintop makes it 2-1. Back in the game, Augsburg. The keeper did get a hand to that, but it was only enough to palm it into the top corner. Don Embolo, though, turns inside here, the defender, and, well, Embolo's lack of luck continues there, unfortunately. Still hasn't scored from open play, but I'm sure it won't be long. He keeps creating chances. He's in the right place at the right time. He just couldn't find the back of the net with that one either. The ball actually came back off the bar at a really awkward angle, which was quite strange, but still. Embolo gets his first goal from the penalty spot, and we're delighted with that. So we head into the second game of the episode. Now in the top 3, rather than being 5th, that extra game in hand will also come in handy in perhaps extending the gap between ourselves and 4th and 5th here. But obviously, against Bayern Munich, it's not going to be easy. However, we did get a draw at the Allianz Arena earlier on in the season. No, it was either 0-0 or 1-1. I can't quite remember. But key to remember what happened in January in this series. Manuel Neuer was sold to Barcelona. So we do have Tom Stark in goal here. They're playing a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-2-1. I'm not really too sure what sort of formation that is from the way that the Bundesliga licensing lays out the side there. It's quite awkward. I'm not necessarily used to trying to pick out a formation from that sort of graphical layout. But we started on the front foot, had the first shot blocked there, so we'll try and create another one. Obviously, this is a corner technique that's worked for us quite well so far this season, so we pick out Julian Draxler. That was headed towards the top corner as well, but a good save by Tom Stark. Maybe it won't be as easy to get the ball past him as we might have thought. Obviously, nowhere near as good as Manuel Neuer, but still an okay keeper in his own right. But Tolisso here, twisting and turning, gets the ball to Schürrle. Great cross, brilliant header from Nabil Fekir, but off the post. We cannot get ourselves in front here. here. We are, though, dominating possession and the chances in this first half. So surely it's not long before we actually take the lead. We get caught off or caught out there with Fekir, but Sebastian Jung wings it back. Schürrle dances past the defender, drills it, bottom corner. Wolfsburg 1, Bayern Munich 0. This is going very well so far. Unexpected results so far today. Well, not necessarily with the Augsburg game, but unexpected to be 1-0 up here at home against the league leaders. Ricardo Rodriguez trying to just power his way past Thiago here. In the end does so, has his shirt tugged, turns back inside the Spaniard, tries to whip it in the bottom corner, but can't quite get it on target. It flies past that near post, or far post, and we remain at 1-0 for now. 75 minutes played though, 15 to go. We're still on top here. Bayern Munich were not at the races today. Gabbiadini into Nabil Fekir. Looks to get it back to Manolo. His shot comes off the woodwork, but drops only as far as Andre Schürrle, who scores a brace to make it 2-0 with 13 minutes to go. Free kick on the edge of the box-ish. Iron Robin with it hits the woodwork. That's the closest Bayern Munich have come so far to getting one back, and not far away either. With less than 5 minutes to go now, Manolo Gabbiadini involved again here. Obviously he's left-footed, so I'm going to try and get it back onto that left foot. Does so, but good save by Tom Stark. Stops us from getting the ball into the back of the net for a third. We made two changes. Francisco Rodriguez comes onto the pitch to join his brother on the field, and we also brought on Hakan Çalhanoğlu as well in that cam slot. Nabil Fekir brings down the knockdown though, gets it into Francisco Rodriguez. How is that for good feet? And an equally good finish as well. Got a funny feeling Neuer would have saved that one though had he been in goal, and similarly with the goal that Schürrle scored, the first one, where it went across goal as well. But that one was an unexpected result. 3-0 home victory at home against Bayern Munich. Now we travel away to Signal Iduna Park to play we just played Bayern, to play Borussia Dortmund here. It's second versus third. Obviously you can see the gap is currently 5 points between us, 10 to the top. There's only 3 games left, so we cannot win the league now. That is mathematically impossible. There's only 9 points available for collection now between now and the end of the season, but we can still finish second, especially if we can get a win here against Borussia Dortmund away from home. We're in great form. A 3-0 win against Dortmund and a 2-1 win against 3-1 win against Bayern. So I'm getting these two mixed up completely, aren't I? And a 2-1 win against Augsburg. But we're starting Max Kruse up top at striker this time, with Hakan Çalhanoğlu in behind him. Again, Iñaki Williams on the left and Virinha on the right. Similar sorts of setup to the one we played against Augsburg, so we should hopefully have a similar result, although obviously Dortmund aren't going to be an easy opponent. But we thought the same about Bayern and were able to be quite dominant in that one. They had the first chance in this game though, so that maybe gave us the insight into the fact that they're not going to be as easy to break down as Bayern Munich were in the previous game. They get a tackle in there, but we work it back out to Virinha. Great cross in, Max Kruse with a header. Kruse is on a great run of goal scoring form. That's a header squeezing inside the near post. Keeper couldn't get to it, similar to how actually Augsburg scored their goal in the first game. Keeper able to get a hand to it, but not enough before it squeezes into the near post. So 1-0 to Wolfsburg. Half an hour in though, Dortmund started to come back in. Disgusting cross from Marco Reus to get it under control and whip it initially straight away. But unfortunately for Aubameyang, his shot was on target, his header was on target, but he was offside as well. And then it was Socrates, the Greek centre-back, with that technique, swivel volley there on the turn, but couldn't get it on target. It flew over the top of the bar. Aubameyang involved again though, still not done for the first half, continuing to have chance after chance in this game. We're very entertaining first half. Shinji Kagawa into Bender with a great turn, and he fires that into the back of the net. Sven Bender makes it Dortmund 1, Wolfsburg 1. A goal in stoppage time against Bayern gave us a 1-0 lead. A goal in stoppage time here in this one removes our 1-0 lead. Gundogan with a ridiculous pass to get it into Shinji Kagawa. He then hits the outside of the post at the beginning of the second half. Dortmund really threatening to go 2-1 up here. They're on the attack again. Reus into Aubameyang, gets the turn in eventually and gets it back round the corner to Marco Reus. Again, really good cross. Mkhitaryan returns it to the back post, but Aubameyang cannot find the back of the net. Dortmund are dominating here, but we're in stoppage time at the end of the second half. Are we going to get the chance to steal all 3 points? Maximilian Arnold around the corner to Kruse, into Çalhanoğlu. Great turn. Çalhanoğlu into the box, but fires it straight at Berkey. We did have the chance to steal all 3 points in the last moments, but we weren't able to do it. A 1-1 draw away from home against Borussia Dortmund, so we stay third for now. We are 6 points clear of Bayer Leverkusen in fifth with 2 games to go, and our goal difference is +5 better. So I think we are safe in the top 4, and we're a point ahead of Schalke with 2 games to go, and 5 points behind Dortmund. So second is still within reach, but highly unlikely, and third and fourth is a battle between ourselves and Schalke. I would obviously prefer to finish third to avoid the 4th qualifying round in the Champions League and go straight into the group stages. So that's the plan, and we have 2 games to do that, and those 2 games will come in tomorrow's episode. But that's going to bring today's to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. All my social media links are on screen and in the description, and I'll see you next time.